In the headlines of this hour on VTV News, Prime Minister attends Hai Duong's Planning and Investment Promotion Conference. Later on, Hanoi launches initiative to alleviate traffic congestion. In our world news, shipping costs surge by 250% due to Red Sea attacks.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It is currently 3 p.m. local time, and you're tuning in to 30 minutes of VTV News. I'm Lilin Lei with the latest updates. Now, on Wednesday morning, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh attended the conference to announce the planning and investment promotion of Hai Duong province. During the conference, the Prime Minister praised Hai Duong for submitting the province planning for approval and emphasized its importance to national development. The Prime Minister urged Hai Duong to implement the planning rigorously and effectively, ensuring compliance with regulations and national and regional planning. The Prime Minister believes that this approach will lead to economic prosperity and the introduction of specific products to the public. In addition, Hai Duong should focus on fostering cooperation, mobilizing resources, and promoting innovation, science and technology, as well as emerging industries such as digital transformation, green transformation, and the circular economy. The Prime Minister also expressed gratitude to the attending business community for their investment and assured them that Vietnam is committed to a mindset of harmonious benefits, shared risks for future cooperation. Also on Wednesday afternoon in Hanoi, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment announced the Prime Minister's decision approving the integrated planning of the three river basins, Ma River, Hương River, and Dong Nai River. The plan aims to ensure water security in these river basins and to store, regulate, and distribute water resources in a fair, economical, and effective manner. This will contribute to ensuring security, environmental protection, and societal well-being. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment recommends that units closely follow the plans and develop a list of priorities for implementation. Units should also establish a support system to regulate and distribute water sources promptly. Additionally, they should utilize digital tools to operate inter-reservoirs and protect and restore degraded and polluted water sources. The responsibility and coordination of sectors and localities are crucial in building and publishing water resource scenarios for 13 major rivers by early 2025. The Prime Minister has approved the planning of Thừa Thiên Huế province for the period of 2021 to 2030. The main objective is for Thừa Thiên Huế to become a centrally run city by 2025. As a result, the province is actively pursuing its goal, which include investing in infrastructure in satellite towns to stimulate local economic development.
Phong Điền district has invested in building green spaces to create a highlight for the locality. Additionally, the district is currently working on completing the LED lighting system, automatic watering system, and tree planting.
We are currently working on this space and expect to finish the work at the beginning of next year.
Investments are being made in several urban projects and major routes, including National Highway 1A and provincial roads. The expansion of roads and sidewalks is underway, and the implementation of tree planting and lighting system is scheduled to begin soon.
The town is a locality at the province's northern gateway. We focus on urban development, especially in terms of infrastructure. We will invest more in transportation infrastructure in the near future.
The province is investing in the infrastructure of the Phong Điền Industrial Park. This investment aims to create a new driving force for the province development and promote the growth of businesses in sectors such as textile and garment, fashion, mineral processing, and exploitation.
The infrastructure in the northern and southern areas of the province has been upgraded. The infrastructure in the central area of the province has also been developed to improve its urban appearance.
Transportation infrastructure is expected to facilitate the development of surrounding areas and create a foundation for socio-economic development. This will also contribute to Thừa Thiên Huế province becoming a centrally run city by 2025.
Total retail sales of goods and consumer service revenue nationwide reached over $255.5 billion last year, representing a 9.6% increase compared to the previous year. Retail sales of goods alone were estimated at nearly $200.96 billion, accounting for 78% of the total and showing an 8.6% increase from the previous year. Cultural and educational items reported the highest growth, with an increase of nearly 15%. Localities that reported an increase in retail sales of goods compared to the previous year include Quảng Ninh, Bình Dương, Hải Phòng, Ho Chi Minh City, and Hanoi. The government has just issued Resolution Number 1 about the implementation of the Socio-Economic Development Plan for 2024, emphasizing a proactive monetary policy as a key solution for meeting the capital needs of the economy. To streamline the process, the central bank has allocated the entire credit limit to commercial banks at the beginning of the year, simplifying loan procedures for businesses and individuals.
Needing an extra $240,000 for 2 new projects, the automation solutions provider received swift online approval and disbursement from the bank.
Uploading documents takes just 5 to 10 minutes. I quickly receive notifications for any missing information and can complete the process within 1 to 2 hours for loan disbursement.
With an early credit limit allocation, this bank swiftly commits over half its total to small and medium-sized businesses. Some loans may not require collateral if businesses show strong cash flow.
With a credit limit of more than $600,000, customers can simply submit proposals online or through mobile apps, with approval in as little as 5 minutes.
This bank, with a credit growth limit nearly double that of the previous year, has quickly allocated funds for seasonal sectors during the Lunar New Year and the first quarter.
Our bank has been assigned a substantial credit growth rate of over 12% this year. We plan to implement a 2% credit growth in the first quarter, prioritizing on exports, investments, and consumer loan sectors.
Commercial banks are actively considering various scenarios to raise capital, both short-term and long-term, to meet the targeted credit growth for the year.
We actively plan to meet the state bank's requirements for capital adequacy, ensuring the demand for short, medium, and long-term credit disbursement.
Aiming for a 15% credit growth in 2024, an estimated $82 billion will be injected into the economy this year.
The banking industry aims for a credit growth rate of 15% this year. However, each commercial bank will be assigned a different rate based on their ranking in terms of risk and safety ratios, liquidity ratios, capital structure, and loan structure. It is worth noting that green and sustainable growth areas will receive more support, including preferential interest rates this year.
The green growth indicators have officially taken effect, enabling banks and businesses to access green capital at preferential interest rates. Vietnam, in particular, will receive support worth $15.5 billion under the Just Energy Transition Partnership.
As domestic banks can be more proactive in their credit growth, clean and sustainable energy developers will be more confident in developing green and sustainable energy projects in Vietnam.
Currently, deposit interest rates are at their lowest level in history. This serves as the foundation for reducing lending interest rates. Experts suggest the need to enhance reporting and monitoring mechanisms to prevent rapid credit growth among a specific group of customers.
It's important to distribute credit properly to ensure even monthly credit growth. avoiding shocks at sensitive times.
In 2023, credit accounted for approximately half of the total capital supplied to the economy. In order to maximize resources for growth, it is necessary to enhance the role of other capital channels.
Capital from corporate bonds, stocks, foreign direct investment, and public investment are crucial sources that help facilitate the circulation of capital flows in the economy. This, in turn, reduces pressure on the banking system.
In 2023, the value of newly issued corporate bonds exceeded $12 billion. Dispersed FDI capital reached a record high of nearly $23.2 billion, while realized public investment capital amounted to approximately $27.7 billion. These resources, along with timely bank credit, have contributed to Vietnam achieving a higher economic growth rate than the global average.
Import and export activities at the Vietnam-China border gates during the first few days of 2024 have been significant, particularly due to the approaching Lunar New Year and the subsequent surge in demand. The Department of Industry and Trade of Lạng Sơn Province reports that customs clearance for approximately 1,000 to 1,200 vehicles occurs daily, which is an increase of nearly 300 vehicles compared to last month. Import demand has also risen, particularly for consumer goods and machinery components. Despite the increased number of vehicles, customs clearance remains fast and efficient without any congestion. In Lao Cai, the total import-export turnover through the provincial border gates reached nearly $5.4 million in the first 3 days of the year alone. Tensions in the Red Sea are directly impacting the exports of various Vietnamese products, including textiles, footwear, wooden furniture, and electronic products. Currently, the cost of shipping a container through Europe has increased by $1,000 to $2,000. To protect the interests of businesses, the Ministry of Industry and Trade recommends that businesses proactively engage in discussions with partners and extend the time for packing and receiving goods. Additionally, businesses should explore alternative transportation solutions such as rail and consider purchasing insurance to mitigate risks. It is particularly advised for businesses to include provisions on compensation and liability exemption in emergency situations when negotiating and signing commercial and transportation contracts. The Lego factory in Binh, with a budget of $1.3 billion, is set to commence production this year. The Lego Group is collaborating with partners to secure a 110 kilovolts grid connection and implement solar power systems for production, aiming to achieve net zero emissions targets. Construction of the factory began in November 2022 at the Vietnam-Singapore Industrial Park 3, or VSIP 3, in Binh Province. It is anticipated that the factory will start manufacturing high-quality products under the Made in Vietnam label in the second half of this year. And before we move on to the next part of the bulletin, let's have a look at the exchange rate between the Vietnam dong and some world currencies in today's market. Coming up next on VTV News, Hanoi launches initiative to alleviate traffic congestion. And later on, Hanoi was also named among the best tourist attractions by TripAdvisor. Welcome back to VTV News Live. Now, currently, there are over 200,000 Vietnamese live and work in Germany. With an aging population, Germany annually welcomes thousands of Vietnamese laborers, offering a substantial opportunity for those seeking work abroad.
Besides German language studies, these students receive vocational training before going to Germany. Possessing practical skills enables them to secure higher-paying jobs immediately compared to ordinary laborers.
In Germany, I intend to specialize in automotive maintenance and related industries.
In the past, Vietnamese workers in Germany focused on jobs in mechanical factories or caregiving. However, the country now seeks laborers in a broader range of professions.
We are keenly interested in skilled and vocational workers from Vietnam for the German job market. Demand now spans across all professions, making Germany an appealing destination for Vietnamese laborers.
Not only for employment, but now, there are opportunities for those who wish to learn a trade in Germany. The diverse professions trained in Germany have varying policies for vocational learners in each state. With Germany facing a labor shortage, vocational learners also have the chance to stay and work.
Vietnam remains a crucial and reliable partner for us in recruiting skilled workers and learners in various professions. The labor shortages span across fields such as elderly care, construction, restaurants, and craftsmanship. Essentially, there is a shortage in almost every profession.
Numerous companies are sending workers to Germany for work and tuition-free vocational training, allowing them to earn 1,000 to 1,500 euros per month while studying.
Skilled workers heading there find various opportunities, gaining knowledge and insights into the culture and society of a developed European country. Upon returning Vietnam, they can potentially become skilled laborers.
Germany offers favorable policies and protections for immigrants. However, many face the challenge of needing to be proficient in German to qualify for entry.
The tradition of great unity is a strength that helps the Vietnamese people overcome all difficulties in the task of protecting and building their country. Simple acts of kindness can unexpectedly yield meaningful results, changing the lives and futures of many needy people. Our inspiring story, recorded in Đắk Lắk province, aims to further spread these positive values to the community.
I can't buy anything at all.
You can buy one small lollipop.
However, with many 1,000 VND bills, something magical can be accomplished. This dilapidated house used to be the home of Hien and her 2 children in Cuba district, Đắk Lắk province.
When heavy rains arrive, we have to use a tarpaulin to deal with a leaky roof.
2 years ago, she received a decent new house with the support of the local community.
I feel happier than ever after receiving a new house. This motivates me to work harder and take better care of my family.
Thanks to the contributions of individuals and party members over the past 11 years, Cuba district has raised a fund of 17.2 billion Vietnam dong to support impoverished families in achieving their dream homes.
Every day, individuals make small contributions, accumulating these little efforts to create something great. This embodies the Vietnamese tradition of helping those in need and ensuring that no one is left behind.
While we belong to various social classes with different interests, as Vietnamese people, we share a common bond, our beloved homeland, Vietnam. This is why we should support each other in the face of difficulties.
National unity can be demonstrated through various actions. Most importantly, the spirit of support and mutual affection enables each community to overcome hardships and enjoy a more joyful life.
On Tuesday, the Hanoi police launched the Green Road model to increase public awareness of traffic compliance. This initiative also aims to encourage citizens to work together in order to reduce traffic congestion. By adhering to traffic laws, the pressure caused by congestion can be significantly alleviated.
Traffic congestion is a common occurrence on Trần Duy Hưng Street, Cosay District during morning rush hour. Vehicles often have to wait to 2 to 3 red lights to pass an intersection.
The awareness of each person when participating in traffic is key to solving traffic congestion. Gridlock in this area can last for 1 or 2 hours, especially during rain and on Friday afternoons.
40 student volunteers participated in the launching ceremony of an initiative aimed at addressing traffic congestion on Tuesday. This participant can collaborate to improve the traffic situations in the capital.
I felt very nervous because, for the first time, I experienced the daily work of the traffic police. Instead of observing, today I practiced and gained a partial understanding of the challenging tasks of traffic police.
The Green Road Initiative not only aims to reduce congestion, but also promotes a traffic culture within the community. The Kaohsiung District Police have stated that they will continue to implement and practice the pilot model.
The pilot model aims to increase compliance with traffic laws among individuals. Additionally, it provides an opportunity for people to contribute to maintaining the city's urban order and traffic safety.
6 anti-congestion coordination posts will be deployed at intersections that are prone to congestion. After evaluating their effectiveness, the authorities will continue replicating this model in other congested areas across the city.
Hanoi has recently received recognition in 2 prestigious award categories by TripAdvisor, a renowned global travel review platform. In the 2023 Best Destination list, voted on by users, Hanoi secured the 17th spot among the cities most favored by international tourists. TripAdvisor describes Hanoi as an ancient and charming capital with numerous well-preserved monuments. Hanoi was also acknowledged in the Best Culinary Destination category, in which it achieved the 3rd position. The city's renowned dishes, including bún chả, coffee, chả cá, and phở, were highlighted. This year, many families are reducing their spending for the Lunar New Year or Tết holiday. The number of people signing up for tours during Tết has been low. In response, tourism service providers have promptly adjusted their strategy to adapt to the situation.
Many people are considering spending their money on travel during Tết, even if it's their only trip of the year.
Spending is a big concern for me when I plan a trip.
In 2023, Vietnam welcomed 12.5 million international visitors and over 108 million domestic tourists. Despite these positive figures, several tourism units acknowledge that the industry still faces challenges in increasing revenue and is under significant pressure due to reduced tourist spending.
I think every tourist cares a lot about their spending. If their family's budget is tight, they may opt to buy a tour.
As a result, travel businesses have developed tours and travel itineraries that are tailored to this situation.
We offer tourist tour packages at reasonable prices. They have the option to choose a package tour or to travel independently, depending on their budgets.
During the recent New Year holiday, the country served 3.2 million visitors, an increase of over 6% compared to the previous year. The occupancy rate of accommodations nationwide reached 50% and over 70% in large tourist centers. To continue attracting tourists during the upcoming Tết holiday, the tourism industry will offer products that are suitable for tourists' preferences and spending levels.
Coming up next, in our world news. Shipping costs surged by 250% due to Red Sea attacks. And later on, Cuba to implement five-fold hike fuel prices. Now moving on to our world news, the cost of shipping goods through the Red Sea has significantly increased due to the attacks by Yemen's Houthis rebel on commercial vessels since late November 2023. According to the Drewry World Container Index, which monitors container freight rates on major routes between the U.S., Europe, and Asia, charges for transporting a 40-foot container from China to Europe through this crucial waterway have surged to approximately $4,000 currently. This marks a 248% increase from the price on November the 21st, 2023. Analysts predict that the ongoing disruption in shipping operations through the Red Sea could have significant consequences for the global supply chain. As a result, leading shipping companies are choosing alternative routes, which could lead to longer transit times and higher costs for energy and non-energy trade between Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Cuba is preparing for its largest fuel price increase in decades as part of the macroeconomic adjustment plan announced by the Cuban government in December. Starting on February the 1st, the retail price of octane 94 gasoline will be raised from 30 to 156 pesos per liter, which is a five-fold increase. Similar price hikes will also affect other types of gasoline and diesel. In addition, around 28 gas stations in Cuba will begin charging fuel fees in foreign currency for tourists starting on February the 1st. By charging fees in US dollars, Cuba aims to generate more foreign currency revenue, which will be used to cover the costs of imported fuel from international suppliers. Furthermore, the Cuban government has announced a 25% increase in electricity prices for users consuming more than 500 kilowatts per hour, as well as a surge in the prices of liquefied petroleum gas for residential use starting in March. At a facility in Stockholm, scientists breed, feed, and raise tens of thousands of blue and silver zebrafish in rows of tanks. These fish are used in research aimed at unlocking the keys to humans' illnesses, such as cancer. Follow the next story to learn how the use of zebrafish is paving the way for advancements in medicine and treatment.
The Karolinska Institute's Zebrafish Core facility houses approximately 20,000 zebrafish, which are supplied to research groups within the institute as well as external customers. According to the scientists at this facility, these small fish have become recognized as crucial model organisms for medical research in the past 2 decades.
So now today you can use zebrafish in everything from cancer research. You can transplant cancer cells into the zebrafish and test new cancer drugs. You can study orphan diseases, which are diseases where there is no cause known yet.
Fish are favored in research for several reasons. They breed quickly and produce a large number of offspring. Additionally, they develop rapidly after hatching, becoming fully viable and swimming within just 5 days. Another advantage is that they are transparent when they are very young, and their embryos develop outside of their mother. These characteristics make them an excellent model organism for studying early development.
Well, the short life cycle allows you to study organ development, to study the brain development or different kind of cancer diseases in a very short time. So what we do mostly is we transplant cancer cells into zebrafish embryos, and then we test new medications. And then we can test in zebrafish embryos if these new medications are better than the existing medications.
At the facility in Stockholm, the largest in the Nordic countries, a robot scans barcodes on fish tanks and automatically feeds them.
And up next is a brief look at the weather scene. And that is all that we have for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website or YouTube channel or download a mobile app VTVgo. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now.